Hi everyone, good morning. My name is Albert and you're watching a shower vlog. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy morning on this Friday, August 2nd, 2019 to join me. And I hope you guys have a kick-ass Friday. I hope if you're getting paid, you're making that money. I hope if you're not getting paid, you're going to be making that money. And today I have 3 reasons on why you should give love a second chance. And so our first reason is comfort. A lot of times people use the saying, pretty famous, better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. I mostly agree with that if it's over. Now, what's not talked about a lot is the comfort that an ex provides sometimes, or that somebody we've really loved our whole lives has been able to give us. I think sometimes we take comfort for granted. Sometimes we think everyone will behave like an ex-partner or like the person that we loved, or we're often comparing relationships to old ones, especially like an old relationship where you really felt strongly. And so I think you should give love a second chance, because that comfort level that you experience with that other person is something that is beyond attraction. It's beyond spoken words. It's really hard to not feel, I don't want to say awkward, but it's definitely very fortunate to be in a situation where you feel like you can be yourself and the other person's not judging you and they're supportive, and even if they disagree with you, they don't make it so uncomfortable that it's a problem. You know, it's more of like the communication cycle. And so for that reason, I think being comfortable with someone is a good thing. And if you already established that comfort, and if it's with somebody that you really care and love for, I think it's most appropriate to give love a second chance. I'm not a quitter. Sometimes I wish I were, honestly, but my advice to you is, I think being comfortable with somebody is a direct relationship with the overall bond in love. And so that's just one of the reasons I think you should give love a second chance, is to appreciate and admire and feel lucky that you feel so comfortable. Because if you're comparing your time now to anything at all else, you clearly weren't that comfortable. And so yeah, our second reason is growth and timing. So how many times have you been in a relationship where you weren't quite ready? You know, opportunity knocks when the timing is the absolute worst. But really, how many times have you felt like a relationship could have worked out a little bit better if you had just been in a more mature point in your life, or the timing was off, you were with somebody and you didn't want to hurt their feelings, or you were with somebody and you wanted to see where that would go, knowing that you're thinking about something else. And I think even thinking about regret in a relationship is a sign that maybe you're not supposed to be in that relationship for a prolonged period of time. I think that I've been in a situation, certainly, I'm going through one right now, where I really feel like the timing is just off, and had we just been able to pick up and click where we're vibing now, years ago, we might not be in this. I might not be in this situation, but I am, and that doesn't mean I don't want to give love a second chance. That just means that I should give it a chance, because the growth and timing wasn't exactly right in my life at that particular moment. And so I think that that's the case for a lot of us. A lot of us encounter relationships where we're just not ready. We might not be ready mentally, we might not be ready socially, and I think it's really easily recognizable, but I don't think that it's something to completely throw somebody you love away for. And finally, since I'm a hopeless romantic, I think that the biggest reason why you should give love a second chance is because of love. Love is unconditional, and love is really hard to find. We go in and out of relationships basically our entire life until we really feel like we're connected and we're comfortable with someone and the growth and timing has been right, but then the execution of love can be quite difficult at times. Love is a battlefield, and for those of us that recognize that, know that it can become extremely difficult terrain to navigate at times. But in the end, love is really all that we have, I dare say, and it's not like money. Money goes away. It's not like friends where you can grow apart. You'll always be friends. There's just something awesome about intimate love and passion. And I am going to be the first one to tell you that you shouldn't give up on the person that you love. If you're in love with somebody that you feel like you shouldn't be in love with, just know that love there's no rules. There's not like a predetermined manual on how human beings are supposed to react and deal with circumstantial situations that get at our hearts, our feelings, things that we can't really describe. And so love is beautiful, and I really think that if you are ever in an opportunity in life where you're given a second chance to be with the person that you love or to spend time with the person that you love, you should do it. You should never deprive yourself the feeling of love, even if it is not supposed to be permanent. So, giving love a second chance doesn't necessarily mean that you've accepted that there may not be someone else out there for you. I'm a really firm believer in the old school thinking that there's one person out there for everyone, and that falls in line with true love. And I'm lucky enough, being 31 years old, to say that I've experienced true love. But I really think that there's been nothing greater other than my daughter, which is like another form of love. But you gotta respect that, you know? And so I really think that comfort, growth and timing, and love are all keys to success when you're considering whether or not you should give your love a second chance. And so I know that isn't always possible, and I know that isn't always the thing to do, the most popular thing to do with maybe some friends and family. But they're not the ones that are going to be spending time with the person, or they're not the ones who feel the way that they do about that person. If somebody really loves you, they'll always support you in whatever decision that you make in terms of providing your own way to happiness. And so I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please follow the broadcast. I'd really appreciate it. I'm trying to grow this channel. And I hope you guys have a good Friday afternoon. I'll see you this evening for our shower vlog.